Hello everyone, and welcome to the third video in the series where we take a deeper dive into our editions of 2001 A Space Odyssey. Now, as I've explained in the previous videos, our approach to this title, since there are 4 editions, is that each edition's design is dedicated to one of the story acts. And now we're up there in with the third act with HAL, which is a pretty significant character in the book, kind of I think the only villain actually. Since we announced this edition, there has been numerous upgrades for this one, and we'll get into them right away. I just wanted to say that as you can see, it's a bit heftier than the numbered case. It has much more volume and size because it has additional cushioning for the book. It is bound in this luxurious book cloth with kind of glittery effect, so when you move it, it kind of sparkles like stars in space. There's silver foil stamping on the spine with the modified logo, kind of showing the eclipse motif that is present in all 3 editions. And on the front, we can see this first upgrade. Now, of course, there's the title is foil stamped in silver foil, but instead of foil stamping the whole Discovery 1 front, instead we opted for the black goatskin leather. So it's a cutout in the shape of Discovery 1 when you're looking at up front, and then there's embossing and foil stamping, so it looks like it's eclipsed while it's floating in space, traveling in space. Now this, in my opinion, gives it a much better look. Kind of gives it more of a three-dimension presence, and this takes us into the inside of the case. Now, on my right, so your left, you can see that we've upgraded this to look like HAL's, I think it's called memory room, the place where Bowman goes, to unplug the old HAL. And what we especially like with this is because we use this plush velvety material anyway, and it was just blank with the opening here for a discovery window, because you can, I don't know if you can see, but you can see the HAL's lens from the outside. So this opening kind of left there, but then when we put this white goatskin leather on the opposite side, just a bit more centered, it created the scene, that central scene when you can see the hallway, the white hallway, and the HAL's memory room. And it works magically, in my opinion, with HAL, because as you can see, it follows. It's heavily inspired by the design in the movie, and we've even upgraded this border, this lining here. I just put it down, much easier to take a close. So yeah, we have this red lining, but now with another set of lining, a black lining that kind of more frames the book in a better way. Of course, here we have how we get our portfolio out. So our portfolio is bound in the same material. Now it's closed, but it's basically a case to hold all your portfolio, and you can just kind of like a reset button for HAL. You can just take it out. You can even hold it out on the shelf if you want, because when you close this, it will completely close up the gap. Now, when you take the book out, I have this black velvety ribbon to take it out. And then we get the HAL edition. Now, what's especially beautiful to me is the red holographic foil below this lens, as you can see, because it creates kind of even, HAL had only this small light, red light in the middle. This creates kind of more meaner look, and we have extensive foil, silver foil stamping both around the lens and around the front cover to create the speaker, the front speaker, and the same is happening on the foil stamping on the spine. Now, the next upgrade here is there will be hand-sewn headbands and tailbands. So that's a pretty significant upgrade here, and of course this will be printed on 100% cotton Hanemule paper, which will again be custom made for us. But the biggest upgrade, of course, this is just a prototype, so we haven't printed Space Odyssey because we have a couple of days left for Catch-22, and then we're switching to Space Odyssey. So it will be printed letterpress, but all 6 illustrations will be printed with a technique which many of you are probably familiar with, and it's called giclée. It's a high resolution inkjet printing. It's often used for reproduction of art pieces, and we wanted to introduce it for a while now, and this was the perfect opportunity for us because the illustrations are they're all coming together, so we're going to release them soon. But it will allow us to insert them instead of the offset illustrations, which will be present in Essential Edition and Numbered Edition. So what we'll do, we'll insert pages instead of the regular Hanemule paper. There will be a different Hanemule paper meant for giclée printing, which will be inserted into that page instead of that page. So when you go through the book, you will actually run into giclée illustrations as a part of the book. And finally, there's this gorgeous marbled end papers, which are also inspired by the HAL room. And the idea was to not only inspire by the HAL room, but kind of give it the organic look of neurons firing, which is kind of an organic thing, but kind of mix that AI and organic neuron firing thing, brain, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this edition. There's an additional secret thing right here behind the tailband, but it's a kind of like just a little surprise for those who receive the book and go through all of it. So yeah, this is the HAL edition. We're starting to print Odyssey, I would say. So we need a couple of days to finish Catch-22, then we need to clean up and service Heidi, and then we can final step will be Space Odyssey, which will go a lot faster because it's kind of a third of Catch-22 when you compare the number of pages. And what else? Oh yeah, soon. So after this, we'll release the Monolith edition video, which will be the final in the series. And possibly after that, we'll receive a new updated Bomber edition, which has also received quite a few upgrades. We still have these available on the web shop as of the moment when this was recorded. So if you're interested, now might be the good time to reserve a copy. If you have any questions, comments, just let us know. And thank you all for watching.